I've just had some back surgery, so it's hard to stand too long and sit too long. So I might play musical chairs between the lecture and the scene. Thanks very much, Al, for such a fulsome and generous introduction. Thank you, Vanda, for being Vanda. Enormous energy. Minister of Culture, Frank Anthony, or shall I say Culture Minister, Frank Anthony. And staff of Moray House, thank you very much for the opportunity of being here. I think it's such an important cultural space that I've signed up for 3 years. Yes. Subscriptions, right? We are living in a season of books, which is wonderful. I know that Paloma Mohammed, she sent me a beautiful short story on a manatee recently, which we will publish. Anna Benjamin's book on the 1763 slave rebellion will be out shortly. Elfrida December has just finished the book, or nearly finished the book on Guyanese art. Amina Ghafoor is just about to put out volume 7 of the Arts Journal, which is really a beautiful scholarly space to publish in. Ian MacDonald, well, yesterday on Friday we listened to his new poetry, which I can quote to you. God invented himself like a poem, which I will think about for a long time. It had such a lucidity about it, and a transparency. Maybe that's the wrong term, it has a political term, transparency. It has a lucidity about it, right? My friend Moses Nagamutu is plotting his sequel to Henry's Cure, which was his first novel. Rupert Rhymes' new collection of essays and creative work is about to appear. Yesu Prasad is just about to finish his memoirs. Harry Nocta, they call him Uncle Harry Nocta, has just finished the 2nd volume of his memoirs. He told me some lovely story about how he was named Nocta. He said his great-grandfather went to get his barn paper for his son. The barn paper, right? And they said to him, the clerk said to him, well, what's your name then? What's the boy's name? And he said, Sukram. And the man said, yes, Sukram what? And he just went, Sukram. And the man said, Sukram what? He said, nothing more. Nocta means nothing more, end, full stop. It means the end, full stop, nothing. It's only Sukram. So they put Sukram Nocta. I don't know about Nadir, how he got that name. That must be an interesting story in itself. Then Uncle Harry Nocta said to me, a man called Bal Singh went for the barn paper for his son. And the same clerk said, Bal Singh? Bal Singh what? Bal Singh? And the man said, no, Bal Singh, Bal Singh. My dear friend Frank Bal Singh. But of course, all this renaming has its roots. All this renaming has its roots in the experience of enslaved Africans, where people were called Cato and Herod and Caesar and Plato, as a way of parodying, as a way of demeaning them. My own little story about that, by the way, is when I come to Guyana, I kind of come as a thief, really. I listen out for a little story here, a little phrase there. I come to thief freely, honestly. I come to thief language or bits of it. So I met this man, you give him rum, you have to give rum. So I said, what is your name? He said, my name Gore. So I was thinking, God, he must have some Scotsman, it's a very Scottish name. Some Scotsman in the 18th century must have done something to his great-grandmother. I'm thinking all these colonial, post-colonial issues. And I have a friend called Professor Andrew Gurr, who's Professor Richard Sterling. So I'm thinking of all this at Reading rather. And he knows it. It's short for gorilla. So since he was a boy, they called him Gurr. And he answers that, you have to publish that, so I published it somewhere. Right? This time I've not stolen too much. I met an elderly lady, and she said, I said, how are you? She said, not too well by, you get a stroke. Not too much of a stroke. So she said, I said, you can walk and such. She said, no, let me get sway here. Now, the word dizzy is beautiful. These are the two sets, dizzy. Anybody called Lizzie must be sparkling. A girl called Lizzie has spirit. Dizzy is a lovely word. Just sway your head. Is that beautiful, right? Anyway, let me continue. Patamo Prasad is collecting his interviews with writers and will publish them. The Guyana Classics, the 36 volumes are nearly finished. This was Ian MacDonald's idea. And we're hoping to set up a website where the volumes that are not in copyright can be placed on the website for free downloading. The Caribbean Press has just published, edited and published 7 volumes of Jelly Jagan's parliamentary speeches from 1947 onwards, and has been asked to publish the parliamentary speeches of all the presidents. Ashley Anthony, a young novelist, only 13, but started writing at the age of 11, has finished the first draft of her novella, and I am in an invidious position because I'm the editor, so I get all the cussing up when I suggest changes. It's wonderful to have a young person taking possession of their own work and arguing against big people like me who are editing it. When I say big, I mean fat, I don't mean big in stature. Right? And finally, Major General Josing, growing up in British Guyana, 1945 to 1964, which I have to say, Joe, I told you, moved me very much. It has a wonderful introduction by Rupert Moray, very scholarly, brief, scholarly. It is a very moving memoir, especially I told you the parts about you and your father. And I know you're doing a sequel now. So it's a season of books, isn't it? You know, it's wonderful. Anyway, I'm not going to go on too